Hey guys, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today I'm going to bring you a video on, let me move this out of the way real quick. I'm going to show you what I used first. I got an idea from watching another YouTube video. It was either that or it was a Pinterest post, something like that. Anyway, you know, people make the cupcake stands all the time. But I got the idea of Mod Podging a couple of these clear Dollar Tree plates. I've got a small one and a large one here. I may just do one on this video today because it's a little bit time consuming. But what I did with my first project is I made this cupcake platter. Isn't it beautiful? I love it so much. I need to wipe that down. Anyway, so what I did was I Mod Podged some of my napkins onto this one. And again, I used my favorite napkin, which is this image. And this may be the last video that I do for a little bit with that napkin because I'm sure you guys are probably getting tired of it by now. It's just my favorite. So anyway, I made this cupcake stand. It is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And then you can see I Mod Podged it, and then I put stickles around the edges of the plates, the silver stickles, to even enhance it more. But anyway, this was an amazing project to do, and please watch this video. I used the Dollar Tree plates and the Dollar Tree candlestick holders. What I did with mine, which isn't something everybody would do, but I actually resined the top piece and the two candlestick holders to the plates. And then I resined the bottoms of the plates after I Mod Podged them and everything. So that's not something everybody would do, and you don't have to, especially if it's just for, you know, display purposes. You just have to be careful. You know, I resined the bottom so that it could be wiped down. But you could use something like triple thick across the bottom of the plates. And cover the Mod Podging once you're done so that you can still wipe it down, and use E6000 on these. I've made lots of projects with these using E6000 and it works great. I just wanted on this one, I wanted to try the resin to see how it would work. I'm not, unfortunately, putting this one in my Etsy store. Number one, shipping would be astronomical because it's so big. And number two, the biggest reason is that there's one area that it appears to be crooked, and I think it's in that direction. You can see it. It's a little bit crooked. And for me, I mean, looking at it straight on, if you had it displayed, thankfully that direction is perfectly straight and good. It's just from the side direction is where you can see that they're a little bit off. So anyway, this is gorgeous. And so I will be probably keeping this one for myself, but I thought, you know what? It might be a really great thing to make and give them as gifts, and just be a little bit more cautious about where you place your candlestick holders. So these today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a different one, and I'm going to display it a little bit differently for you. Show you another way that you can do these and have them displayed and really, really enjoy them. So the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to take on this one and I'm going to add, what did I do here? Those go, let's see, I got to get the right ones with the right ones here. This, and that. got some coffee on my thing here. Okay. I just want to make sure that I have these separated out properly for the two different plates that I'm doing. That's actually going to go in that one. Okay. So what the first thing that I'm going to do, and normally when I Mod Podge them on the back side. But because on this one I'm going to be adding some other details, I'm going to be adding some of my rub-on decals. I'm going to do it from the top. So just the rub-ons. The Mod Podging I'm going to do from the bottom, but this I'm going to do from the top. So I already started this video once and I started putting these on the bottom. I only thankfully did one, and I realized that it was going to be all backwards if I did that. So I'm just going to do this so that everybody can actually see it. So I'm just going to rub on these decals. You have to use a good amount of pressure. And these decals I get from the Dollar Tree. I just love, love, love them. My Dollar Tree is out of these particular rub-ons that I bought. So I'm going to have to go down to the one that's a little bit further from my house and pick up some more, I think, because I really do love using these. And the good thing about them is, yes, I'm going to be Mod Podging roses on the back, but with these decals, the roses will show up as well. So I don't have to worry that they are going to be hidden by these rub-ons, because the only part that's going to show of the rub-ons is the decal part with the words and all of that. So you can see it's actually clear. But once I put the roses and everything on the back, it's going to be gorgeous. And please, you guys, if you have the time, please stay for this whole video. You're really, really going to be excited when this gets done. And I'm just kind of randomly placing my rub-ons here. This one says April showers bring May flowers. And these particular rub-ons are all about love. Amore. So I really, really like them a lot. And I think you guys will too if you give yourself a chance to use them on some projects. You're going to be super thrilled with the results, how nicely they go on. And then I have this other one of a little bicycle here that I'm going to put. Oh, am I going to use this one or was I going to use this one? Actually, I think I was going to use this one. Ugh. No, I'm going to use the bicycle on this one. I like this little bicycle one. I'll use the other one on the small plate. And we'll just put this one right here. Oh, don't do that. That's the problem with going back and forth right around the edges there, because you can easily peel it back, but luckily it'll go back down and you can finish doing what you were doing and not mess it up, because you can just lay it right back down where it was and all of your stuff will stick in the right places. Just be more careful than I just was around the edges. And I'm just rubbing really, really hard on this, making sure that I get everything to stick, especially down where this dips right here. It can be kind of hard to get in that section, but you can do it. It's not impossible. And just don't pull these up too fast. Make sure you give them time to stick. in all the right places. And you can just kind of, like I'm doing, do it slowly so that you can go back over it if you see something that's left that hasn't stuck to your plate or what have you, that you can put it back down. And I'm going to put this little one that just says tiptoe on it. Got me thinking about Tiny Tim. Tiptoeing through the tulips. I'm showing my age, you guys. I'm showing my age. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do as far as the rub-ons go on this one. And then I'm going to take my plate, and I did wipe these plates down with alcohol before getting started on them. And I kind of want it to go, this is going to be, where the bicycle is going to be the bottom. So I'm going to get my Mod Podge out. Oh, and I should have opened this before I got started. There we go. My Mod Podge is a little gunky, but I'm sorry, you guys. That's all I've got. All right. So I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm just going to start putting it on the back side. Again, I've already put alcohol on this, so we're good to go with that. It's nice and clean. And just make sure that you cover it with the Mod Podge, because you don't want to have a spot that you miss and the napkin doesn't stick down to. And I have a piece of cellophane standing by so that I can rub this out once I get it on. So we're going to start with this one, and I want it to kind of come to the edge here. This little bit turned on me. I'm just trying to smooth it out as much as I can now. And then I'll take my cellophane and get it even smoother with that. Okay. And I'm going to take a little piece of this. And I am going to paint some Mod Podge over the outside of this, because I think when I do this, it actually helps the cellophane, number one, to kind of be able to move with the napkin that you're decoupaging on. It just feels like it just feels better. I don't know. Anyway, it might not make a difference, but I've just started doing this. I a lot of times would just Mod Podge the bottom section. The other thing is you want to try and rub out, if part of your napkin has those edges that are sort of, it's not perforated, but bumpy, you want to be able to smooth those bumps out as best you can, because they don't look really attractive if you don't get them out. And there's been a few that I've done that I didn't realize I didn't get those little bumps smoothed out well enough. And sometimes you just can't get them completely out. But I try. So we're just gonna take our fingers and make sure it's not super wrinkly. So that's kind of the purpose of doing this with the cellophane, is it helps to take the wrinkles out without tearing the napkin. Because we don't want our napkins to tear if we don't have to. I didn't used to use this, but I finally am a convert and I decided that this is a process that is good to use. And I caught the edge of this because I didn't get this one little edge stuck down. I'm going to cut it off right there and just kind of mold it down there. Okay, now we'll pull this off. That one little edge just didn't want to cooperate with me, but that's okay. That I can get down. In fact, I'm just gonna yank it off right there. Okay. So that side's on. Now we're gonna go ahead and Mod Podge the other side on. And I know it doesn't look like much yet, but it will. Oh, wait till you guys see this one finished. I think it's going to be super pretty with those rub-ons added to it. Like I said, I love using those rub-ons and they work well with when you're doing Mod Podge because it adds that, just that extra element to your piece that is really, really attractive and adds a little more interest to it, in my opinion. You don't have to do that though. This is not a must. It's just something I enjoy using. Okay. Now we're going to do this one, and I made sure, oh, I almost didn't. I almost used the wrong napkin, you guys. Make sure that you have, when you're doing a big plate like this, that you have your flowers going the same direction. So on these napkins, you'll see that one side's going one direction and the other side's going the other direction. And I think they do that purposely so that crafters can do what they need to do with these napkins. Decoupagers. Because I know sometimes I think these napkins get used more by crafters than they do people that are using them for parties and things like that. So decoupage is such a big thing these days. Everybody's doing it. So I think they want to make sure that they can sell their napkins in that way as well. So fun. This is so fun. I love this project so much because those cupcake stands, oh, the cupcake stand came out so pretty. I was so happy when I was done with that, and imagine how upset I was when I realized that I didn't get that that one piece on straight. And we have a little bit of napkin here that's kind of coming off, so I'm just going to pull that off of there. And now we will take our other piece of cellophane here. Ah, it's stuck to my glasses. And we're going to do this side. I'm just going to try and keep that peeled off of the other side there if I can. And right here is where I'm trying to go over those little bumps down in this section right over here. And you really can't get them completely out. I don't think it's really possible, but you can get close enough to where they don't look half bad. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and pause you guys for a minute after I get this one on. And I'm going to go in and dry this so that I can go on to the next step. I wanted to do this video so bad yesterday, but I just couldn't. I had things going on, and yesterday was not a good day to do it, so I had to hold off. Today I've got the house to myself, so I figured this is good. All right. So we've got that one on. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to dry this real quick, and then I will be back. Okay, so through the magic of video editing, I have my plate dry. And you can see it's all Mod Podged. And you can also see that you can barely see the image. There might be a couple of spots that are still a little bit wet with the Mod Podge, but it's okay. We're going to cover those spots up now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and grab a paper plate, because this worked for me the other day. I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to set this on top of it. Because what I have to do now is I have to paint the entire back of this plate. So we have our white paint. This one's not getting spray painted, it's getting painted by hand. And I'm going to take my little spongy paintbrush here. I'm going to coat it really well, and I'm just going to start doing this on the back. It's kind of scary when you first do this. You think, oh my gosh, I'm going to ruin it, but you're not. Trust me on this one. It works like a charm. And you want a nice thick coat of paint on the back of this, because you don't want anything to like any holes where it shows through or what have you. Now, what I will say, when we Mod Podge, it doesn't always come out perfect, and sometimes there will be air bubbles underneath the item that you Mod Podged, or the napkin or whatever that you Mod Podged onto your project. And you can't get rid of those. Once they're there, and once the Mod Podge has set, you're kind of stuck with what you have. And so you will sometimes see a couple of little air bubbles underneath it. And like I said, there's not a lot you can do about that, but it still comes out gorgeous. This is going to be gorgeous. You guys won't believe it. Once I'm done painting it, I will take it back and I'll dry it again. And bring it back and show you how pretty it looks. Now the last thing I would do with this is I would paint a nice thick layer of triple thick on the back. That's what I'm going to suggest to you guys, is using triple thick on the back. I am not going to do that today. You can see in many of my other videos what the triple, well, You know what? I may go ahead and do it. Never mind. I will show you what this looks like before I do that, though, so that I can show you how I want to be able to display these plates. And I'm going to be doing the big one and the small one. I won't do the small one on video, but I will show pictures of it once I get it done. I'm going to do it in much the same fashion. So there's no sense in me wasting your time, because I think a lot of people won't stick around for that second plate anyway. So I'm just going to do this one on video, and the other one I'll do after I'm done with my video, and then when I put my pictures up, I'll put pictures of both. But the small one is going to be done the same way as the big one is, just with a couple of image differences as far as the rub-on stickers go, or the rub-on decals go. So that's the only thing that will be different at all. Trying to make sure I get to the edge of the plate. But you can see with these sponge paint brushes, your paint will go on a whole lot thicker, and it gives you better coverage. Yes, you do get a bit of a texture on the back, but the back is not what's going to be displayed. It's going to be the front. And honestly, I don't mind the texture on the back of it either. So that's just me. And I'm going to go quickly dry this, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go over it one more time with paint. I'm not going to show you the front yet, because that's a secret until we're done. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have painted the bottom of my plate here completely white. I've put 2 coats of paint. I decided not to put you through the torture of watching me paint the second coat. And this is what it looks like. So pretty, and you can see the little decals that I put on there. Just kind of, they actually look pretty cool because they float above the flowers, and so they kind of look like they're floating on the plate. I never even considered that they would look like that, but they look really cool. So that's what it looks like now. And I wanted to show you guys real quick. Well, no, I'm going to do a little bit of embellishing on this still, so I don't want to get ahead of myself here. So what I'm going to do, I was actually thinking, I'm going to spin this around a little bit. I've got a little bit of paint on a couple of spots. I thought I got it all wiped down, but I guess I missed a couple spots. Okay, so I'm looking at this straight on here. I was actually considering sort of putting my this applique on here, because it's so pretty, and I keep looking for the perfect project to put this on, and I hadn't decided yet. But we're gonna set that aside, because the one thing I'm gonna do is well, in fact, no, I think I'm gonna do that last, because I do want to put some stickles around the edges of the plate. But stickles, I don't know if you haven't worked with them much, take forever to dry. Oh my goodness, they're a pain. I love them so much, but they do take a long time to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some embellishing first, and then I will do that. And what I was thinking of using is, you guys all know my little butterflies here. That's not what I'm going to use in this. With these butterflies came this trim that's on the edge of the packages. Well, I'm going to have to use a lot of that in order to do this. And this one I can see at the end is no bueno, because it's missing a little rhinestone. I hate when that happens, but I want to cut that out before I end up trying to use it and mess it up. So what I'm thinking is I will go around the plate with this. I think it'll be really, really pretty. If I hate it, then I'll just take it off. It will be that easy. I just have a little piece of glue on the end of that one. Okay, so, and because I haven't really done anything to the edge of this plate, if I absolutely hate it, I can easily take this off and not use it. But for now, I think I'm going to start towards the top where I can actually see what I'm doing. I just have to kind of make it go around the edge of the plate here. So I have to be careful how I'm doing this, because I don't want it to hang over the edge at all. So I kind of have to do each section sort of separately. I'm sure I'll get better as I go. I just hope I have enough to do this whole plate. Lift this edge a little bit because I didn't get it quite as high as the rest of them. Okay. And I do think I'm going to like this very much. I just hope, against all hope, that I have enough of this to go around the entire plate, because I'll be very disappointed if I don't. If I can just get it off the paper, I'll be really happy. Okay, now we'll start here. And I can see where there's one. Come on, here that I don't like. So I'm just going to cut that one out real quick and start from there. And I am just sticking these on with the adhesive backing that's already on these decals or stickers, whatever you want to call them. I'm just using what's on there. I have quite a few of these. I actually had to take a couple of my packages of butterflies out of my shop in order to do this project. So I've got 3 packages of these butterflies left, in case anybody's wondering. I had a whole bunch of them in there, and I've got 3 left. So if you're interested in getting some of these butterflies, I'll give you a better look at them in a second. They're really, really pretty, and what I might do is take a couple of these packages and just sell the butterflies themselves without these stickers. And that way at least somebody can get the butterflies if they want them. I didn't get it close enough to the edge here with this one. I think I need to turn my plate so that I'm looking at it the same as I was the other one. Got to make sure I'm looking at this from the same angle, sort of all the way around, because if I don't, like this one here, I can see, where did it start? Let's see. Right about there, I think. Yep. This one I could just see was not up high enough. Wasn't matching. There we go. Okay. Well, we've gotten almost a little bit more than halfway around, I think. So I think we're going to make it. I have another package of these standing by. And I'm going to turn my plate. And start right there. And work my way around. I just had to look up at my camera. I thought, oh my gosh, did I remember to turn my camera on? I panicked for a second there. I thought, oh no, I'm going to lose all of this. I have been known to do that a time or two. Usually it's been with something that I could take apart and redo. But this, I'm afraid, I can't do that. Look how pretty this is coming out, you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to show you the whole thing till I get to the end. Oh, I think I'll be able to put one of these packages of butterflies back in my shop that I pulled out. I hope. The main reason I bought these was for the butterflies, actually. So, because the butterflies in these packages, I'm telling you, I am not always a big fan of the sticker stuff. But these butterflies are just prettier than your average butterflies. And I don't know. I'll show you guys again. I know I showed them in one of my other videos, but if you get a close-up of them, they have a lot of detail in the wings and so forth, and they're just so pretty. And this one, I just have one piece on the end that I do not like. Actually, I must have been looking at it wrong. It looks fine. Oh no, it's this end. Okay. I'm going to cut that end one off. Okay. And I'm standing up to do this, you guys, so that I can really see what I'm doing. I don't know if you guys know this about me. You probably can't tell from looking at my videos, but I am very, very small. I'm very short. I am all of about 4'10" 3/4". So I'm very small. And when I'm sitting at the table to try and do stuff like this, sometimes I have a hard time seeing over the top of things. So I like to make sure that I get right on top of them so that I can see what I'm doing. I had a little bit left over there. Okay. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm so glad I decided to do that. I want to look at it first and adjust, make a couple little adjustments here and make sure everything is pressed down really well. The sound you're hearing is plate that's underneath my plate. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look how pretty that is. It looks gorgeous on here. Let me back it off just a little bit more. There we go. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. I can't even tell you guys how excited I am about this particular project. It makes me sing with joy because I just think it is so, so, so pretty. I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe I might use one or two of these butterflies on here because they're so pretty. I think I'm going to use this one. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You guys, if you haven't purchased any of these butterflies, you really should. And I don't say that because I want to even make the sale. I say that because I'm totally serious about how gorgeous these butterflies are. And this one I'm going to use a little bit of glue on. Actually, I think I might wait a minute because I want to see what else I want to do to this as far as embellishments go. I'm just not sure. I don't want to take it too far, but I really think it would be pretty if it had some pretty embellishments on it. So, one white flower. I don't want to use that one. And I think I need my nippers. I might throw a tiny smidge of purple in here, and I've got a butterfly that has the pinks and the purples in it. This one here. And it's really, really pretty. And then I also have this one down here at the bottom that has a little bit of blue in it. But I don't think I'm going to put any blue in this one today. I might use that butterfly, but I don't think I'm going to do anything else in blues. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this plate. This one will be for sale in my Etsy shop. It's going to be hard for me to let it go, but wait till you see how I'm going to display it. But what I might do is I might go over to the Dollar Tree and find, look at their plate stands, because I know they carry the little metal plate stands that are really pretty. Hold on just a minute, you guys. I'm going to see if I've got some other flowers in here that I want to use. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these or not, but I'm going to have a look. I was thinking a couple of these might be really, really pretty on here. So I'm just going to cut a couple of them off. And these are the flowers that I got from my little local shop to me here. And I've got these that are really pretty too. These are some silk flowers. And these might be pretty to throw a couple of in there too. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. They kind of don't match those. Would I be better off just using these and some of my paper flowers? I don't know. I don't know about those. But I do know I like these. And I have one here that I actually, some of my other pink flowers. I have one here that I actually spray painted a little bit with some white. Okay. Let's see what we got here. This is one that I spray painted, and I thought if I could kind of throw that in there a little bit. Maybe that would look really pretty. All right. I think the best thing I can do here is just take and start gluing some of these flowers down and just making the executive decision here, because so many times I wait and I don't do it right away, and I just make myself more confused than anything. So I've got some really pretty flowers here. Got my two little flowers here that I bought that I couldn't find any more of. These are the last two I have of those. So here goes nothing, you guys. I'm just going to start gluing these down. Oops. Darn it, my glue gun. It let go of my glue. And now I messed up my flower. Well, I didn't mess it up, but I got glue all over the place for sure. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. That one down there. And I'm going to put this one right next to it. The only thing is, hot glue and glass do not match. They don't agree with each other so very much. So what I may end up doing ultimately is to add some E6000 under some of these flowers after I get this all done, and that way I can be assured that they won't come off of the glass. Now I'm going to take some of my little bitty flowers and put some of those in there. And I'm just making executive decisions today. Isn't this great, you guys? Where's my other one? There it is. No, that's the same one. What did I do with my other one? I know I had, oh, yeah, that is a different one. Okay. Oh, you guys, this one is really pretty, and I'm going to have a seriously hard time selling this one, I think. And if you guys are, I know I showed you the Cupcake Stand, and I know that some of you may be curious as to how that all went together. What I can promise you I will do is I will do another cupcake stand. I probably will not do it with the Mod Podged plates like these, but I'll do it with something else, and I'll probably Mod Podge it and make it really pretty. But I think I will probably do maybe a slightly simpler piece, just so that you can see, mostly so that you can see how it went together. Because it really is interesting and fun, and I just love it. I'm gonna take, shoot, I need some leaves here. Okay, got them. I have these leaves. They're, some of them are just silk and some of them have like velvet on them. I want to use a couple of the velvety ones. I think I'm down to my last couple that have the velvet on them. There's 3 of them. And then the rest, I don't know why the package came in some that have the velvet and some that don't. I'll put this one next to the other one, just like that. Kind of covering up my bicycle, but that's okay. I'm not going to use that one. This is where I get kind of wishy-washy, is when I start building on the flowers and I feel like I'm not quite sure where I want certain things to go. And in this case, I don't have, oh, I do have my other little flowers though that I can use on this. I forgot about those. I'm going to put this little white one up at the top. But I do want to have some white showing. Sometimes I wonder if my placement of my flowers is good, and I get kind of concerned that I'm not placing them in exactly the right places, or I could do better, you know. And I'm sure we could all do better sometimes, but the leaves are what kind of makes it in the end, because you can pop those in sort of at the edges and really kind of finish it off. I'm trying to get an idea here of what I need to put in here. at the edge so that, at this edge, so that the leaf sticks out the right way. This one I think is perfect, just like that. And I might actually put two leaves over here. Yeah, that looks really pretty. I'm just going to take and stick glue under this one now. Put some glue on the back of this one because I know I'm going to use both of those leaves there. And this side is complete. And then I'm going to get this leaf and I'm going to put it down before I put these other flowers down. And I think I'm actually going to look here and see if maybe I have one more with the velvet. I do, yay. I have one more, so I might put two on the other side as well. I need to get some more of these leaves because I really love them. I got them on Amazon, and I will try to remember to stick a link down below so that you guys can see where you can get them. But they're really, really, really pretty. Even the ones that don't have the velvet are super pretty. I'm trying to figure out where I can put this one. This flower right here is messing me up. It's gonna go back down, but it's gotta come up for a minute. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. But I need to be able to get this leaf down, and I need it in a certain spot because I don't want it to be way off from the other side. Honestly, initially when I was thinking about doing this video, I didn't even consider that I might embellish this plate, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought, oh, that would be a good idea. So I decided that I would go ahead and do the embellishing. Put that one there. And let's see, we're going to put this one there. And this little purple one. I'm going to put that down at this end. And let's see. You get in right there. That's your home. Okay, and the other thing that I want to look at here, possibly doing, I decided not to go with my applique again. I just keep kicking him out of my projects. Look at this pretty rose I made. This is an organza rose, and then I just kind of put the organza around the outside. I made these little tulipy looking pieces. Came out really pretty. I'm not using that today, but since it was sitting here, I thought I'd show you guys. Okay, I'm going to get my little bag of flowers here. I love these flowers. I love them so much. And this is where I will put a little dash of extra color here and there, because that's what these little flowers are good for. And right now I am sticking a little bit of blue in. Put that one right there. And little bit of this pretty green. I love these little green flowers too. I really want to do, I'm gonna at some point do one project that has just a lot of all pale pinks. I'm gonna do it, you guys. I'm going to. I just haven't done it yet. But I really do want to. Because that's the true kind of shabby chic thing, is just all the pale pinks. I just always have a hard time just sticking with one color. And I don't want to go too far with these flowers. I'm going to put one blue one down here. Next to the pink one. And I think maybe one blue and one pink at this end too. I have to look. That's the wrong blue. This is the blue that I need. Okay, so I'm gonna go pink in there. There's the pink. And there's my blue. And the rest of these are going back in the bag. All right. I think I really like how that is looking. Now I just have to decide if and where to put my butterfly. And there is definitely going to be a butterfly in this project, or two. I think I'm probably going to use two of these. Just because they are so doggone pretty. And I think I'll go with I can get one to come off with its sticker here. And that one's not. I mean, I don't have to have it with the sticker, but I really want it with the sticker on it because I think that adds some extra reinforcement. There we go. I just have to decide where I want it to go now. Oops, ah. Gosh, I have the hardest time with this kind of stuff, trying to decide where I want to put something because I want it to be in just the right spot, and it's always that one last little piece that gets me. Trying to use the little sticker on the back to help me see where I'm placing it. Maybe I just need to keep them close together. I think I do. I'm going to leave them both kind of close to the flowers here. Okay. And those can go over here. And at the end, you guys, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I recently made. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal this gorgeous beauty. Oh, I do need to get my stand here. So these are stands that my husband makes on his CNC machine. And so he made a bunch of these for me. I put them in my shop, and we did them in raw wood initially. I put a bunch of them in my shop and nobody was buying them. Well, then I decided, okay, if nobody's gonna buy them, I used them as stands for my, my fans that I made. And I've sold a couple of those fans, and I sold them with the stands. And now I have people asking me if they can buy the stands. They really are pretty painted white. And so all you do, you can see how one has the slit in the bottom and the other has the slit at the top. You just kind of, and this makes it easy for me as far as shipping goes. And that's the stand. They're super pretty, super simple, but just really, really nice little plate stands. And then when I do my photos at the end of this video, I will take photos of it in the stand. Let me get this turned the right direction. I see one spot where I need to put a little more white paint in, where the light's kind of coming through. And OMG, you guys. Ha! Look at me go. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful this is. I'm gonna turn it a little bit. Oh my goodness. And it needs this stand because this stand is super secure. And I don't know if I would trust putting this into one of those little metal ones or not. It probably would be fine, but these stands that Jeff makes are really sturdy. My problem is I only have a couple of them in my shop, and he's so busy right now, he doesn't have time to make any new ones for me right now. So I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as that goes, but for now, this will have to do. I will, if I have to, I'll take one of my fans out or something. I think this stand may actually be okay to put with this plate. And then after that, I'll have to wait for Jeff to either make some or go and purchase some at the Dollar Tree. So you can see the embellishments there, super pretty. They came out so nice. And then there's my Mod Podged plate. And you can see the roses behind my little rub-ons. It would be pretty without the rub-ons or with the rub-ons. I may actually even add another one or so. I'm not sure. But again, look at those butterflies, how gorgeous they look on this. I really can't stress enough, you guys, how beautiful those butterflies are. They are gorgeous. One more thing. I'm going to do one more thing on this plate because it has to have it. And you guys know me by now. I'm going to put some glass glitter in these flowers. That's the last thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to get out my triple thick and very quickly I'm going to add my glass glitter. I don't want to go too thick with the triple thick, but I do want to get enough on there that the glitter sticks. I'm sorry, you guys. I know that this is going to be a long video anyway, so what's 5 more minutes going to do? Not much. But wait till you see this with the glass glitter on it. I mean, you thought it was pretty a minute ago. Oh my gosh. This is going to take it over the top, which is where I like to try and go with my pieces. I like to go a little bit over the top. It's just, I guess that is what you would say is my style. I'm just kind of going all over here on all the flowers. The good thing about triple thick is when you put triple thick on, it shows you where you have glue spider webs. It makes them show up. So you can pull those off at the same time. It's funny, those doggone webs. Sometimes you can't see them, and my eyes are not the greatest anyway. Even with my glasses, I really badly need new glasses, but it's going to be a while, so I'm just going to have to live with these for now. As long as I can see to work, I'll be all right. It's just that those little spider webs are really hard to see sometimes. There's one right there. But the triple thick is my friend, and it helps me to find them. And this kind of helps give additional strength to the flower petals. They'll get a little harder and stiffer, and so they won't, you know, bend as easily. Although most of these paper flowers are fairly strong. The silk flowers you don't worry so much about because they'll go right back into position. I just sometimes worry about the smaller paper flowers that they might get crushed or something, and I don't want that to happen. And the triple thick really does help to give them additional stability. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. You guys, this is my #1 favorite thing right now at the moment. I will probably, depending on how well this one does in my Etsy shop, I may be making some more of these to sell. Shipping won't be super cheap on these just because they're glass. They have to be really cared for when you package them. I've sold a lot of my my bottle night lights, and I've never had one break in the postal system, so I've been really fortunate. But every time I send one out, I pray that the postal workers handle them carefully. And so far, I've been really fortunate, and I've not had any of my glass products break. However, I did have one lady that purchased one of Jeff's crosses. It was a beautiful cedar wooden cross that he made. And as soon as she got it, she immediately got in touch with me and she said, "Carol, my cross was broken." And I just couldn't believe it because I had really packaged that thing well, as I always do. But I was crushed because when it comes to those crosses, I have like sort of an attachment to them, to each one. As it goes out the door, I kind of pray over it and you know, hope that it gets to its destination safely and in one piece, and that, you know, whoever gets it is gonna really love it. And I never really question that because they're always gorgeous. They're just beautiful crosses. And if some of you haven't seen some of them before, he hasn't made one in a little while. and so I don't have one in my shop, but he makes these really ornate crosses that are so beautiful. And they've sold really well for us. But like I said, he's just not been able to really work on them lately. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle some of this glass all over the place, and glass glitter really is glass, you guys. So if you're working with the glass glitter, you have to be extremely careful, and please, please, please do not work with it around children. I've not been cut by it, but I have heard people say that they've gotten, you know, a little piece stuck in their finger or whatever, and you have to get it out, and we all know how kids are. They want to touch everything, and it's just not one of those products you want to use around small children. And I'm going to take this and just kind of move it around so that I can make sure I get the glitter in all directions. And I know I always show you guys at the end of my videos when I get the glass glitter on stuff, I do a, you know, part of my video showing what all the sparkle looks like. But if you've ever worked with glass glitter, you know that it's one of those items that as it dries, it gets even prettier and more sparkly, because the milkiness of the triple thick goes away, because triple thick does dry clear. It goes on kind of milky looking, but it dries clear, and once it's dry, it's just the glass glitter that you see, and a little bit of the shine from the triple thick, because it is a kind of a glossy product. And I'm just tapping this down here so that I can make sure, number one, there's no sharp edges sticking up on the roses and stuff. We don't want those. And number two, just kind of trying to tap that glass glitter down and flatten it out a little bit. I don't want the fuzzies sticking up on the ends of my roses either, so that's the other reason I like to go around and just kind of, I'll wipe at it on the edges. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to take a little bit of my opal-ish, pearlish, it's more pearly, stickles, and I'm going to go over a few of these flowers with my stickles, just on the tips of the rose petals in a couple of places. Just real pearly color, it's real pretty. A little bit. I just love stickles. My friend Kim sent me, like, I think it was 6 bottles of different colors. I got gold and silver and blue and this pearly color that I'm using now, and some red, like a Christmas red. Really pretty colors, and I'm looking forward, honestly, to using the Christmas red on some holiday projects, because this year I'm planning on doing some holiday project videos. I don't normally do a lot of them, and I'm not really sure why, because I just adore Christmas. But I've tended in the past to just make, at the holidays, sort of more gifty items that I could put in my Etsy shop than holiday items, because I didn't want to be stuck with a whole bunch of holiday pieces that I couldn't sell. You know, if they didn't go before the holidays. I don't like to have a bunch of leftovers sitting in my shop, because then I just kind of have to put them on sale, and I use my Etsy store as a source of some additional income. So I sort of count on that. So I haven't done a lot of holiday stuff, but I know that if I do it soon enough, then you tend to be able to sell it, you know, before the holidays get here. So I just need to start my holiday projects a little bit sooner than I normally think of doing it. And that's my big problem. I don't think about it until it gets later in the season, and there's no real time to do much. I don't think I've used this opal or this pearl colored stickles on anything yet, so I'm kind of anxious to see how this comes out looking on these roses. Right now I can't see it real well, but I'm hoping that once it dries, it will, you know, give them a really pretty little bit of a contrast, you know. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm doing. There we have it. Which way do I need to hold this? I've got a little bit of glass glitter on the plate here, but that's okay. You guys get the gist of it. I'll have to shake that off in a little bit, but that is what it looks like. And you can see all the glitter and the roses and stuff. There we go. Somehow when I hold them over to this side is where you can kind of see all the prettiness. So that, my friends, is my beautiful plate. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I just can't imagine that any of you didn't enjoy this one, unless I just talked too much, then I could see it. So that is my beautiful plate. It came out absolutely stunning, and I'm super duper happy with it. I'll try and get another video with the sparkle once this all dries before I post the video. But anyway, that's that one. Real quick before I let you guys go, I just want to show you a couple of other things that I did just recently. I know I showed you guys another tin that I did with this cute, really, really pretty fabric that my friend sent me. And I just wanted to show you another one that I did. Look at that, you guys. I used my my sort of mermaid ribbon to put on the background of this one, and added a pretty butterfly and some other stuff. And then I took some of that fabric and used the feather pieces as an edging on this tin. This is just one of my tins here. This is a bigger size tin though. It's like 3 by 5, something like that, or 4 by 6, something like that. Anyway, isn't that gorgeous? I just love the way this came out, and I had to show you guys. And then last night, when I finally got bored, I did this one. This is the same kind of tin. It's a bigger tin. And I Mod Podged it with my favorite napkin, of course. There you go. You can see that. And just added a couple of other embellishments. I used some of that trim from the butterflies on this as well. But it came out really, really pretty. And there's my little butterfly on there. See how pretty that is, you guys? So if you don't get some of those butterflies and you miss out, you're really missing out, because I have gone back to my little store a couple of times since I bought those, and they have not had them so far again. So I had bought all they had when I found those, and again, they haven't had any more since, and I'm concerned because I don't really want to run out of them. And now I've taken a couple of packages out of my shop. There's 3 packages left in my shop, in case you're interested. But I just wanted to, wait. I want to show you my jar. This is my latest candy jar that I made. It was a jar that had like a diamond pattern on it. It was just a clear glass jar, and I Mod Podged it. And this one's actually got the white background, which I really, really love. And then there's the top of it. It came out so, so, so pretty. And this is also in my Etsy shop. So if you're interested, this is in my Etsy shop. This is in my Etsy shop. This I'm debating on whether I'm gonna keep it or sell it. It's not in my shop yet. So I'm just kind of debating, because I've kind of got some of my little bits and pieces in here. So I'm actually thinking about keeping this one for myself. But anyway, that's it for today, y'all. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you were able to stick it out until the end, because this was a really, really fun video for me to do. It was an important one for me to do, because I think the project just came out amazing. And so if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. And hit the notification bell so that you'll get notified when I do future videos. And tell your friends and your family if they like crafting. Maybe they'll be interested in coming on over and subscribing. I did pass the 6,000 subscriber mark, and so now my next goal is first 7,000, of course, and then my real goal right now is to hit 10,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping I can get there soon. But I do appreciate all of you that have subscribed to the channel. And again, if you haven't, I hope that you will. I'll be bringing lots more videos and great content. So I would love to show you guys some of my ideas that are floating around in my brain. You all have a very blessed day, and take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.